You want your time. Blessings to you, Mary Mary. I'm taking extra time because my son has to go back to his computers and get it posted onto 3 sites, the link. So I give him 2 minutes and he runs to do it. Well, it's time for Wednesday evening prayer with the Franclara chapter of the Teo Community of Interfaith Franciscans, a community that accepts all faiths and none. And I'm Sister Nancy. And this evening we are going to be focusing on some Seneca traditions. So I'm going to start off with lighting the candle. This is part of Franclara's and the Teo community's tradition. We light a candle for unity and peace. And this represents the flame, the eternal, infinite flame within us and within every single thing in creation. And I am praying with this for our Abbot Brother Sean, for our Abbot Sister Eleanor, for our community and friends, and those who help us in any ways. Praying for all those out there who are suffering, and praying for unity and peace. So this evening, I'm going to share with you about Jamie Sams. And she's a holy woman. She's a writer and an artist and a teacher, and she's of the Seneca Cherokee tradition. She's a member of the Wolf Clan Teaching Lodge. Her life is one of absolute total service. She goes around helping as much as she can. She has been to Australia to help with the Aborigines. She's helped out Mandela in Africa. She's went to Mexico and Canada. And she wrote a book, and it's called Dancing the Dream, and it's the 7 sacred paths of human transformation. And I'm going to be sharing some of that with you this evening. I'm going to start off with a song to the directions, to the 7 sacred directions. Thank you, Mother, for the East illumination. Thank you, Mother, for the East illumination. Thank you, Mother, for the East illumination. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for the South Cussin innocence. Thank you, Mother, South Cussin innocence. Thank you, Mother, for the South Cussin innocence. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for the West introspection. Thank you, Mother, for the West introspection. Thank you, Mother, for the West introspection. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for the North ancient wisdom. Thank you, Mother, for the North ancient wisdom. Thank you, Mother, for the North ancient wisdom. Thank you, Mother, for your love. Thank you, Mother, for your love. And of course, there is the above, the below, and the great within and without. So I'm going to start off with the teachings from Jamie Sams. And she says every human being who walks the earth mother has an individual sacred path through life. And the 7 sacred paths of human transformation, they present themselves to us as opportunities. Each part of the 7 sacred paths of human transformation allows us to expand beyond our former tunnel vision. We discover new layers of life force found in spirit, thoughts, emotions, dreams, feelings, aspirations, creativity, and intent. Hello, Sister Eleanor and Linda. Welcome. So now I'm going to read some from her book. And as I was doing this, I was thinking of our path that we have in our foundation, our community of the 7 mansions, and how they also are paths for human initiations, for human transformation. She starts out with dancing the dream. Where are the dances of oneness that I knew before my birth? Did I surrender my wholeness in order to walk the earth? Did I choose forgetting in order to make life real? Did I inhabit a human body so I could learn how to feel? I am here to dance the dream in my sacred human form, to celebrate my uniqueness and ask no other to conform. Dancing through life's lessons, I will learn to move with grace while I dream of remembering the potential of the human race. First thing that I am going to share with you is she says, on the first path, the east direction of the medicine wheel, we become illuminated and begin to see clearly that there is a purpose for our lives. We embrace a new form of clarity, which takes us beyond our former, what is life offering me, perspective. On the second path, the south direction, we learn how to rise above childish human reactions, compulsions, and unhealthy emotions. The third path, the west, teaches us how to heal our pasts, our bodies, and our self-esteem. On the fourth path, the north, we learn how to share the wisdom we have gained, as well as how to live with compassionate, non-judgmental, open hearts. The fifth path is the above direction, where we embrace the unseen worlds of spirit, the heavenly realms, the unknown parts of the universe, and the intangible forces in creation. The sixth path is the below direction, where we learn how to perceive the unseen forces in the natural world and the connections to spirit existing in all living things. And we learn how to bring our own spirits fully into our human bodies. On the seventh path, the within or now direction, we learn how to gain access to all life in our universe, within our own human body, and to walk through life in a state full of spiritual awareness without any separation or judgment. And one thing that really impresses me is that, to the Native Americans, these are not just directions, like us, oh, we're going north, or, oh, we're going to set out a plot east, west, north, south. No. Each direction reminds us of all the qualities and all that is available to us in the universe. All that is filled with great mystery. Like the East, new beginnings. We have a chance to start over. We always have a chance to start over. We have new beginnings. We are going to gradually, each time I'm going to go into more and more and talk about this. And how it joins us with nature, with all that is, fills us with a great love and oneness with creation. The next thing page I want to read talks about the gift of taking. She says, the gift of taking this warrior journey, and she calls it a warrior's journey because it's simple, but it's hard, is that we no longer fear death. We no longer fear death or separation or aloneness. And we realize that nothing in the universe is outside of us. We emerge from the seven paths in wholeness, and we continue to walk through our physical lives as fully awakened human beings. And she also says, the power of personal connection to the Creator and to spirituality is found in the individual who is willing to commit to life's paths of initiation. For each of these paths, there are initiations. When we acknowledge that we are spiritual beings who are willing to fight in the trenches of human self-empowerment, insisting on personal integrity, we have chosen to test ourselves by entering the paths of human initiation that lead to authentic wholeness. And then with each path, the word initiation doesn't mean too much, but these initiations are hard, and there can be dark nights of the soul. And she said, first, we must believe that we are indeed beautiful parts of the great mysteries universe. No, just a moment. Just a moment, where was that? Okay. An emotional dark night of the soul can be brought on by the death of a loved one, having a marriage fall apart, betrayal, heartache over a child in trouble, and a variety of other situations. The deep pain or numbness that accompanies the emotional dark night may take years to heal. But, I missed a page. Oh, here. Any person who has successfully gone through a dark night of the soul has developed the ability to endure, to find inner strength, to learn from mistakes and be accountable for them, to pick up the pieces and to carry on as a better person. When we acknowledge the bravery it takes to be human, we can see things in a different light. It is an act of courage to live in this world at this time, so we must honor ourselves and the valor required to embrace the human condition without abandoning our integrity and purpose for being. And lastly, when we deny our spiritual essences, we can become lost in the dark nights of the soul. And going through a dark night of the soul, we can rediscover the inner light that was bestowed upon us, showing us how to find our way through any darkness on life's path. Now let's go into the silence, into our deep within, for just a couple minutes, and be with what is. Slowly come out of the silence. Feeling your hands and your feet, opening your eyes, listening. Now it's time for prayers. And like Sister Sandra said this morning during morning prayer, she said, pray from our hearts. And that is what we will do this evening. We will pray from our hearts. And first of all, I want to read this small reading from this book, Meditations with Native American Elders. Today's, because it touched me. The devastated earth, the air, water, the extinct species of mankind, animal kind, plant kind, the drugs, suicides, family separations, these are all the result of false ceremonies. And this is Barney Bush, a Shawnee elder. And the author, Don L. Cohitas, who is also an elder, says, all life is a ceremony. Every act is a ceremony, creating a result in our lives. Every ceremony we do always brings results to our lives. If we do bad medicine to others, we do bad medicine to ourselves. If we keep doing bad ceremonies, we will eventually destroy ourselves. Anytime we live our lives out of harmony, we are doing bad ceremonies. Anytime we treat anything with disrespect, whether it is another human being or a plant or an animal, we are performing bad ceremonies. These ceremonies not only have an effect on ourselves, but will simultaneously affect everything. We need to use our power well and only do good. ceremonies. My Creator, teach me only good ceremonies. Teach me ceremonies that accomplish good for all the people. Good ceremonies cause good results. Teach me ceremonies that are helpful. First of all, I would like to remember the people of Myanmar right now who are going through terrible floods. Terrible floods. A dam has been breached, and over 100 villages are being affected or flooding. Also, the Rohingya refugees in Myanmar, because there's so many, over 3,000. They've lost families and friends. And I was reading about displaced. Now there is, on every second, due to climate change, one person is displaced every second. So we need to pray for them, because this is much suffering. These floods, these fires, this heat, droughts, much suffering. We need to pray that they be free from that suffering. They be safe and secure in their inner and outer beings, that they dwell in the deep peace of well-being. Do any of you have any special prayers you'd like to add? Okay, if you don't. Oh, Sister Eleanor prays for all Indigenous peoples, that they may prosper and thrive, and that we may all live as brothers and sisters. Yes, yes, we pray that from the bottoms of our hearts, Creator. Any other prayers? Linda, for my friend Mary, who had a stroke, for her healing. Oh, yes. May Mary be free from suffering. May be she safe and secure in her inner and outer being from all harm and danger. May she be peaceful and happy, and may she dwell in the deep ease of well-being. Creator, if it be in harmony and for the best for Mary, all healing, we pray for her. All healing. Any other prayers? Then I'm going to close with a prayer, or it's kind of a prayer. It's a circle song. And I feel this is appropriate right now. I am a circle. I am healing you. You are a circle. You are healing me. Unite us, be one. Unite us, be as one. I'm going to close, blowing out the candle for unity and peace. May all of this that we have done here, this learning and these prayers, may this benefit all beings everywhere.